Hey guys, Peter here, back again for another video. Today's video is going to be a long one because we'll be creating a dashboard UI from start to finish. And we'll be using Figma as our tool, and the design will be somewhat different compared to the other UI UX courses that you see here in YouTube because I envision this design to be fully developed and not just look good in Drupal or in Behance. And if you are just starting out in UI UX, you might be tempted to create designs similar to them, where they are very colorful with a lot of 3D elements, gradients, graphs, etc. But in most product projects, minimalism and straightforward use case is always the best way to go. Especially with dashboard designs, content is always king, and you have to make it as a priority instead of the superfluous stuff. Also, if you design crazy graphs, buttons, and other elements, your developer might hate you. So yeah, let's keep our coworkers happy, okay? Ready to get started? Banking, and this is actually my bank, and I just blocked out all um the details of my account since obviously I don't want to show that to the internet. But yeah, so let's start with this page first. So we have the home, locator, rates, facts, and account overview. And we can see the total assets in the account. And there are actually a couple of CTAs on this page. So we have the savings account, would you like to apply one, current account, time deposit, apply now, and yeah. But this is kind of redundant since we already have like the apply new account here in the section. So maybe we want to combine all of this into one area of the page. The next page would be the transaction details. So we can see on this page, we can see all the transactions that happen in the account. As you can see, from June to 2022 to November 2022, and there's a way to download all of the transaction details in a PDF format or a CSV. So that's useful. The next page would be for the fund transfer. So we can transfer there are three actions that we can do here: to favorites, to other local bank, and to third party. And the next page would be, so if the user clicks on to other local bank, they will arrive here. Then InstaPay or PesoNet, since I'm Filipino, so you can do the changes here. And then for the transfer to local bank, you can see all of the relevant details here. All right, let's get started. Relevant details here. All right, let's get started. So we're gonna start with the new Figma artboard. So let's open this one, and then we're gonna create a new artboard. Let's change this to, let me move this to the other monitor so that we can see. Right. So we're gonna use the same colors since we want our brand to look the same, even though like it went with an overhaul. So like let's change this to account. This is going to be like the main dashboard of the page. So right. So let's copy. I know we want to have the same colors, but I'm going with a different direction here and change this into something a much darker blue. So there you go. Yeah, I really like that color. and then we're gonna add the logo. So let me look for the logo here. So let's save this one and put this in our dashboard. So this is our logo. If you're gonna create, when it comes to using logos in your designs, I would highly suggest that you use SVG instead of PNG so that everything looks crisp on mobile or in different resolutions. So then we're gonna add a grid pattern here. So let's change this to columns, make it 16, so that we have a way to guide our eyes on where everything should be. There. I think that looks good. And we can disable that. The next part would be adding our links. So we're gonna add our links here at the top. So that would be locator, rates, facts, and account overview tour. So let's turn on our grid again. Columns, I accidentally deleted it. And then there. So let's add our links. It will be settings. We'll be using Inter since I really love the font. It looks very professional. And it looks great in all resolutions, be it for mobile or desktop. So settings, let's put notifications instead of inbox. And let's add change this one to we're not gonna add home, since usually users already know that the logo is a link back to to home. So we're just gonna add locator, rates, facts, settings, and inbox. Settings and inbox. There. I think that should be it. This is going to be our main links. And for this to have the same padding between each link, we're gonna make this an auto layout. So we're gonna group it, add auto layout. Now everything has the same width. So do it like that. And then we're gonna add icons at the top right of the section. So let's add the avatar first. So let's make this black, change this 90 and then change the fill. Right. I want this to be a much lighter color compared to the background. And then there. So we're not gonna use like somebody else's picture here, but we're gonna add like a default avatar for example, like the user just uploaded, just created their account. So like let's create something real quick. We're gonna add a square here. Make this smaller. Change this to 90. Remove the fill. Add the stroke. Something like that. We're gonna copy paste that. And then we're gonna create one last rectangle with a fill this time. Then we'll this at the bottom. So that is going to be our default logo, default avatar, I mean. Change the color to something like this. And then I think we need another circle here at the top. So basically something abstract for our default avatar. There. And then we're gonna add the next thing that we're gonna add is a search icon. So gonna add a search icon. Let's open our browser here. Let's go to flat icons, flaticon.com, and then we're gonna search for search. There. Okay. Here's a secret with flat icon. You have to have. Let's copy this SVG. So if you copy the SVG code from the browser, it automatically converts it. You can already paste it on Figma directly. So there. I think that looks good. Let's change the color into something much more closer to the color of our background so that it's not too strong. And you know what? Let's change the facts. Let's remove this and change it into something different. Let's change it into an icon. So let's open our... Yeah, let's look for an icon that looks really good here. So let's copy this again. have the same color as our search box. There. And I have the same size, so this is 26 to 25. 26 to 25. There. But I'm not too happy with how this looks like, so we're gonna add we're gonna add a background here. Change this into something lighter, like this one. I know. So let's correct the size, 37. And then we're gonna add auto layout. There. Then just change the color. And make this smaller, maybe 22 or 20. I'm gonna copy this and then paste this. And remove this one. Have this in the center. I'm gonna add an auto layout so that everything is centered. And that's it. But as you can see, like the contrast is not really there. So we'll just change the color into something different. So you really have to find the balance between your colors and your elements. Maybe we can change this into white. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's center our frame here. And then since we already have the facts and the facts, we can remove this. And maybe change the inbox as well. So we're gonna look for a message icon here in fat icons. Yeah, I think this looks good. So we're gonna edit icon, inspect element, and then copy the SVG code. There. So that's our icon. We're gonna copy and paste this. I'm gonna add auto layout, Command D, so that we have a new. It spaces out correctly. Make this my size smaller. Paste this in our page. And then we can remove this now. There you go. I think that looks good. Let's just make this smaller so that it's the same size as the other icons. And that's it. So let's remove the inbox. Let's move this to the right. Okay. I think that looks good. The only problem that I see here is this icon is very dark, so let's change the color. So let's change the fill into something lighter. Then this one right here. The color. By the way, none of this is pre-designed. So like I'm going through the whole design process with you guys. You can follow along if you want. Yeah, I think that's better. It looks like a basketball though. But I'm fine with it. Oh, and by the way, when you're designing something like this, you have to go through a lot of UX first. So you have to ask your users like what's wrong with the current design. Ask the project owners what they want out of the redesign, like what the overall goal is for the project and whatnot. You can't just go to Figma and push pixels. You actually have to do some research first. But since we're just doing this for a YouTube video, what the hell, right? So let's add a divider here, bottom, so that we have some breaks to our UI. Then make this lighter. There. That looks good. Refinement of the colors already will be done later on, but we're just trying to get the layout of the page done first. So this is why grids are very useful, because as you can see, the UI, the links that we added earlier wasn't really it's not balanced, as you can say. So we should push this to the right. Always make sure to work with the grid. It will make your life easier. There. And then let's turn for our grid again. There. So the next page that the next thing that we are going to add is the welcome message. So let's copy our avatar here and then paste this here. Then make our avatar bigger. There. That looks good. And then we're gonna add our name. So welcome back, Peter, since that's my name. Make this 16 pixels. And then make this semi-bold. The next thing that we're gonna add is when was the last time that the user logged in. So instead of using a very long date, for example like this, so this is from the UI that we created, like the original UI. We're gonna copy and paste this, make this 14, and then we'll use something like your last login was 2 days ago. So this is much better because like instead of having too much information, the user already knows what 2 days ago mean. All right, yeah, I think this looks good. we'll space this for a bit, group this, and then make this an auto layout. Oh no, so we need to group this first, and then make this auto layout so that we can space it around if you want to. And then the next thing that we're going to add are the CTAs. So let's go back to the original design and look for our CTAs. So let me copy and paste this so that you can see on the screen. And this is our original page. So we have the total assets. So we have three, actually 4, 5 links here. So I think the biggest, you can imagine, like if you go onto your online banking, what would you want to do? So either you're gonna apply to a new account, or you're gonna pay your bills and transfer funds, right? Or you're gonna check your funds. So first, let's add our CTAs here at the top. Let's add a new frame. And use our colors. We're gonna use the color from the original design, since I think it really vibes well with the overall look that we're going for here. So the thing with using colors for CTAs is it has to catch the user's attention first. So with this color and from the Sterling Bank of Asia logo, the user's eye is really drawn to to this button right here. So that's good. And then we'll add a very subtle rounded border here at the top, and then we're gonna add transfer funds. So our main CTA is transfer funds. Transfer funds. Make this 14. Add auto layout so that this bigger. There you go. I think that looks good. And then we're gonna add a second CTA for applying to your account. So let's center this for a bit. Copy and paste this. And change this to apply account. Obviously we can't use this kind of button, right, since we already have the yellow main CTA here. So we're gonna make this an outline button. So first, let's copy this color right here, make this a bit lighter, add a stroke, copy this color right here again, lighter. Okay, copy this color, this lighter. Let's find the best color right here. Maybe remove the color, maybe change this into something white. Apply new account. So all of our, so on this page, like we have three buttons for applying new accounts, right? And we're gonna change this into one, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. But for the user to understand that this button has multiple options, we're gonna add a caret. So let's add a polygon here. There. So we're gonna make this a drop down button and put this here. And then I'm just gonna center our UI. So that's it. That is way better, right? So as you can see, when the user logs in, they have the main CTA, which is transfer funds, or they can either apply to a new account. The next thing that we're going to add is like how much is in this account, obviously, right? Since you're in your bank, you want to check how much is in your bank, if it's not stolen or not. So let's think about it this way. So we have account overview. Okay, now I know. So we're gonna add a sidebar here on the left. So let's just put this on the right. Let's turn on our grid again so that we can see where everything should be. Okay, so let's add another frame here. There. And let's make this into something white. Let's hide our grid. There you go. So this is going to be our sidebar, and this is where our actions are going to stay, and then this is where our details will be shown. Since we have all of this space here on our page, we can combine different 4 or 5 pages into one page, which is way better UX wise. So we're gonna create this is going to be our UI. This is the old UI. Let's recreate this on the left section. So we have bills payment. Let's find a different icon again. Bills. What's a good looking icon right here? I think this is okay. So paste this on the right, then group this. Okay. And then we're gonna duplicate this, make this auto layout, and duplicate this again. So we have bills payment, fund transfers, payment request, and check services. So fund transfer. Request. And check services. But obviously we need to change the icons for each specific link. So we're gonna look for let's look for fund transfer, so maybe a dollar sign. Or something money. I like this one. So we're gonna use this icon, make it smaller. And then there. So statement request. What does a statement request look like? Let's open our browser again. Request. Maybe something like a paper or so. Okay, this one. So usually I would use an icon pack so that all of the icons look the same, they have all the same size, etc., etc. But I want to show you guys how to really look for icons out there on the internet instead of relying from an icon pack. So this is how I usually would do it. But in most projects, there would be an icon pack that has already been decided, and all the designers use that one. So one last thing is services. I think this looks good. Okay. Inspect, copy the SVG code, and make it smaller. And remove this. So now that's our link. We just need to print this up. Okay, the next thing that we're going to add is, I think this looks very empty. What should we do on this page? So let's add our account, like how much is in the balance first. So okay, there you go. So let's show our layers, and then let's create how much should be in our account. So let's create another frame here. And add another fill. So we're going with like an overlapping cards so that it's good. So let's open our Figma file again because I accidentally closed it. See our there. Okay, so we're now gonna add how much is in the user's account. So for example, we're gonna have this in dollar. Maybe the user has 44321. So let's make this bigger. Maybe 22. This semi-bold. Maybe 34. Checking account. Then make this so this is how much our user has on his checking account. And this looks kind of empty because we only have like just our label and like the data, so we're just gonna group this, but we're gonna add a new icon here at the top. So let's add a new art frame here. Maybe choose a color, maybe something like greenish. Okay, and then what's a good icon for checking account? Let's look for it. Checking. That's not it. Maybe current. Maybe house. I like this one. So let's copy and let's use this icon. Make it smaller. Change the color into something like a much darker color. The same hue. Alright, yeah, I think that looks good. So we're just gonna space this. And I want to show I also want to add a feature where the user will know how much has their money has grown or decreased over a couple of over the lifetime of their account. So we're gonna add a new tab here. Maybe change this into something like green color and have this border. And we're just gonna show how much their account has grown. Maybe 14. Make this regular. There. Maybe make this smaller. Since I think this is too big, this is the correct size. There. And we're gonna add an icon here to, for example, like the user might want to transfer to this particular account, to this checking account. So let's add another artboard here. Add a fill. Let's make this black for a bit so you can see. And 90. Okay. Oh, okay. Now I know. So we're gonna use this button right here so that the user can see like all the transaction history of this particular account. So maybe each account has multiple accounts under it. So maybe they have a checking account, they have a loan account, they have a time deposit account. So let's change the color here. And let's find an arrow. So let's open fat icons again. Arrow. Let's find an arrow that is kind of, oh, okay, and this is perfect. Okay. Let's make this smaller. And maybe this will be diagonal. So let's group this and add auto layout. Okay. So for example, like if the user wants to see how much is in like the transaction details of this particular account, they can do so with a click of this button. And let's talk about this design first. This design is the way I'm designing this the way I'm designing this UI is for an actual. Let's talk about this design first. So this won't be like your typical dribble design where it looks good but totally not usable. The way I'm designing this is like I want this to be an actual UI that will be used and developed by other developers. So yeah. Okay, so and let's assume we have another account here, which is like a savings account. So let's copy and paste this again, change this, savings. Okay, and maybe the user, this account, the user have like withdrawn money over the past couple of days, so this should be red. So yeah, I like this color. It should be minus and maybe 3%. And let's change the amount to, let's actually, maybe our guy is very rich, so he has like 100k in his account. So 56 cents. Savings account. And let's change the color. So maybe something blue. Okay, yeah, that looks good. And the icon. So let's look for an icon again. Savings. Yeah, I like this. let's change the color to there you go. So this is going to be our savings account. I think this looks good now. So the overall goal for this UI is I want our user to see all the details that they need like at a glance. So instead of them having to search around and look for all of their data, like once they arrive on the overview page, like they can see how much is in their checking account, how much is in their savings account, if it has grown or not, etc., etc. So, percent. Let's change the data here. Okay. It's 10. There. And maybe we can add another one. So as you can see, the third account is now overlapping. So what we can do is make this smaller. Let's add an auto layout here so that we can control how much is in the gap between each element, and then move this on the right. We can make this smaller. Layout, make the gap smaller. Okay, there you go. And now it's balanced, right? So this is going to be our page. It's not done yet though. So what's next? We're gonna add a couple of cards. So going back, this is our original page. So what do we need? We have the loan calculator and the current account, apply new account. So all of that is done. Let's add a drop down first. So this is going to be our drop down. So let's create our drop down here first. Okay. So we're already halfway through the video, and I know this is a long one. If you want to take a rest, feel free to pause the video and stretch your legs a little. By the way, if you like this kind of videos, please like and subscribe. I talk about web design, UI UX, branding, development, and a whole lot more in the channel. And it would be awesome if we can get our subs to 200. Now back to the video. So let's make this white. Okay, and add a very subtle border radius and a subtle drop shadow. So let's make this into 10, and then the opacity may be 15. You can then add an arrow here. Change this into white. There you go. So let's add our links. Apply savings account. Why can't I see it? So apply savings account. And then maybe a checking account. Let's group this again, add auto layout, and duplicate. The duplicate is Control D. Checking account, loan account. I think that's it. That's it. So we have links for the checking, for creating a new savings and checking account, and the loan account. I think that's what my bank offers, so we're just gonna have that here. And then let's just hide this one. So let's rename this apply new account. Apply new account, drop down. Usually we would make this as components, but since this is going to be a one-off design, we'll just we're not gonna bother with it. But like I would suggest, if you're working on a full project, you create all of this. For example, like this button, this drop down, you'll make this as components so that like you can reuse them in the other pages. But yeah. Okay, so we missed the total liabilities. So we're gonna change this into total liabilities. So maybe our guy owes like $2,000. So because he just bought a 4090 and he doesn't have any money anymore. So, and then let's change this into something red. Now, I like this one. Okay, let's look for an icon. This one. Maybe our user has a credit card and he has to pay the balance. So let's use a card icon here at the top. Make this smaller. And have this as the same hue as this one. There you go. That looks good. Total liabilities. So this is going to be our page. Let's move this one. So we forgot something. We have to add like a title for this page. So let's add it here at the bottom. 24. Okay. Maybe push this down. Push these elements bottom for a bit, and that's it. Okay, we're getting there, guys. So what should we add? What should we add next? Mm, let's go back to our design again, and we're lacking the customer service CTA and the loan calculator. So we're gonna make this. We're gonna make new cards. So here, let's create a new card here. And then to differentiate our customer service card from the other cards that we have, we're gonna make this rounded. So let's make this 8. Let's change it into black first. Okay, so and then change this into a nicer color. So there you go. This is going to be our customer service card. And let's add some image. So we have draw kit here. Let's find some free illustrations that we can use for our design. So maybe let's check this one. We're just looking for free illustrations that we can use in our UI. I kinda like this one. Where is it? Where is it? Where was that? Okay. Maybe this. Yeah, I think I like this. Let's sign up for a bit. And then, where was I? So I suggest we use SVG. So I think this is like this illustration works best. So let's use this one. I think we have to extract it first. So extract all. There you go. And let's make this overlap so that it looks better. There. And maybe change the color into something. Okay. So that it doesn't look just black. Yeah, I think this is perfect. Oh wow. Okay, I want to change the roundedness of this container so that It's more rounded. Maybe change this into 20 to really differentiate this card to these other cards here. So let's go back to our customer service card. So for inquiries, concerns, please call our 24/7 upline, etc., etc. Okay, so let's copy instead. Having trouble. $18. Maybe change this into bold. 16, and then we're gonna add some text. So make this regular first. Okay, so for inquiries and concerns, please call our 24/7 customer support at So instead of putting all of these numbers here to like on the page, we're just gonna add a CTA on this card. So for inquiries and concerns, please call our 24/7 customer support or with us right now. Okay. So let's move this a little bit. Maybe make this smaller, 12. I don't want this to be full on black, so let's use this color again. And this again, but maybe lighter, okay. And a button, okay. So let's add another button here. And let's make this rounded. Chat with us. Maybe make this 10 pixels. That layout there. I think that looks great, guys. Okay, so like now we have the customer support card that we really need. So let's just make this bigger. So that looks good. And that's it. This is now we now have our card for the customer service. The next thing that we're going to add is the loan calculator. So I assume this is a big call to action for the bank, since like they really put it here. So they want their users to know how much a loan will take them to pay. So let's add this card again. Let's add another artboard. You know what? Let's just add another card here. We're gonna copy paste this, but just use a different color. Okay, so want to take a loan calculator. Okay, so calculate how much you will pay if you apply for a sterling bank loan. And then change the image. So we're gonna use this one. No, that's not it. A dog. Yeah, let's use this guy. Maybe he's been buying a lot of smokes and he needs a loan. So let's replace this. Okay, let's copy this into our. Okay. And then let's remove. There you go. So our guy is smoking and he needs more money, so he's gonna take a loan. Okay, so the next part is since we already have all the. Let's go back to our design again, to our original UI. Since we already have all the relevant features that this page has, we're gonna. Oh, yeah. Let's add an inbox first. So, like, we have 31 messages. I don't know what that means. So, let's add a new frame here. Choose the fill to maybe something different. Red denotes something is very important. So let's add another frame. Change the fill into something red. Make this smaller. So maybe 31, 30. We're gonna add an auto layout for this frame so that everything is centered. And then 7. Oh no, that's too big. So 2, 2. Maybe make this 5, 5, and then make the font size smaller. So 8 pixels is the absolute minimum for the size of your text in your UI. So always remember that. And maybe change the color into something. Let's make this medium and darker. Okay. There you go. That looks way better. So we now have a way to let the user know that something, like, they have a message on their account. Okay. So now we have to find something to fill in the space, right? So let's go through our screenshots and look for data that we can use. So font transfer, that's useful, but since we already have DCTA, so that's not it. Maybe transaction details. So we want to let the user know that we want to show the user, like, what's been happening in their account. So let's add our transaction details right here. Transaction details. Okay, change this into 16 pixels. Make this semi-bold since it's a header. I don't know, probably 20. Okay. And we're gonna use this similar type of card. We're gonna copy and paste this. Okay, and there. Let's remove all of this. And maybe push this to the bottom. This is our transaction details. So what is in this page? So this is our transaction page. Now let's just put this on the right. We have the date, the charge, and the amount. And the running balance. So let's quickly make our... Let's add these icons first. So download. So here's a download button. So let's create one. We're gonna copy and paste this button right here and just change how it looks like. So make this smaller. How big is this? 12. Make this semi-bold. And then let's change this into 14. Maybe 8. Download. And then say we don't want to use the yellow CTA here since it's very important for transfer funds. We're gonna change this into something different. So let's move the change gray and then just add a very light stroke to it. There. Transaction details. And then we have the date picker. So we're gonna add a date icon here. Okay, let's look for a calendar icon. Calendar. Okay, I kinda like this one, so edit icon. And then what should be the text here? Date range. Date range. There you go. So let's add our transaction details. So this is going to be the UI that will be. So let's add our table headers. So date. Let's make this bigger, 14 pixels. This semi-bold. Then let's duplicate this date, transaction description, amount. So amount USD and running balance. Okay. So let's make this an auto layout again so that they have the same spacing. So we're gonna group this text and then group it and then auto layout. So there you go. And then let's add our data. Let's add some data here. What day is it today? 11. So let's remove the auto layout. Okay. What day is it today? 11/24/2022. Description. Let's just put some lorem ipsum. Okay, that's way too big. So, okay, make this smaller, maybe 10 pixels. This regular. Okay. And then let's add our amount, which is, for example, $500. Our guy withdrew $500 from his account, and the running balance is $908.56. And then let's change the font weight for these texts. So maybe this should be regular. And then, okay. So let's add some spacing. So let's add a line. Oh no, but first, let's add an icon here to denote if the balance has grown or not. So let's make this green. There. Maybe this on the right. So since this is a withdrawal, ATM withdrawal, this should be down and red. Okay, so change this. This is the center. Okay. Group this, add auto layout. And let's add a line. Okay. Okay. Now we just need to uh, oh, okay. I forgot. So let's since we have multiple accounts on this account, let's add a new account here at the top. So um, maybe make this 12 since it's way too big. 12. Let's remove this one first. So let's move this. Amount, running balance, and the account. Savings account. Savings account. Let's remove the auto layout for this so that we can move this. Okay. There you go. And that's our UI. Let's just duplicate this and then group this, add auto layout, and we can then maybe space this a bit. Okay, I think we're almost done, guys. So let's just change a couple of details just to add some variation in our design. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so what's plus? Deposit. So maybe our guy deposited 100,000 pesos. 15 grand. Checking account. And we're almost done. Okay. So I kind of want to improve like how this sidebar looks like, since I'm not too happy with how this looks like. So I added a couple of things here in our sidebar. So I added a state view, a state UI for our overview, since this is where our users will click on if they want to transfer to different pages. And then I also added settings, and then just this background for this link so that the user know that yes, they are in the overview page. One last thing that we're going to add is a logout icon. So we're gonna copy paste this and then just push this here at the bottom. So logout. And then I don't want to have this default look, so we're gonna add what is in an artboard, in a frame, and then add auto layout. So change the fill into something much darker, and then paste this to this. This on the right, here at the bottom. And that's it. I think we are finally done. Oh, right. Let's change the icon. Okay. Then remove this frame. Okay. I think we're done, guys. This is now our final design. Compared to this one, I think this looks way better compared to our original design. So that's it, guys. This is now our dashboard UI. No crazy components, just straight up clean UI that our users will love to use. If you want to download this design, I will leave a link to my website in the description below and you can get it from there. No need to pay or anything, of course, and you can use it as a starter template, maybe change the colors or the fonts and make it your own. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay creative and I'll see you on the next one.